Treknicity wraps up another season of our Jinx, both high and low, so that we can do the usual retooling as Lars demands, incessantly. Kat and I will be doing something Strange New Worlds has been doing this last season, but better. Endlessly dipping into nostalgia.
Most illogical.
And nothing is more nostalgic than the second pilot, which was the third episode, leaving the first pilot to get clip showed later. That's right, the Shatner has landed! Today, we're getting our retro review on and talking about the episode that, in hindsight, tied William Shatner to the budding franchise and giving us a butt for many, many jokes. I don't think I can ever forgive Gene Roddenberry for this. So let's talk about Where No Man Has Gone Before. Before Shatner's Kirk goes where every man has gone before. This is Treknicity. Welcome to Treknicity, a Star Trek podcast, where we tend to trek through all the shiny stars of Star Trek. I'm your host, Patrick Murray, and joining me and allowing for a lot of abnormal alliteration, my co-host, Kat Drake.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, let's just get the face palm going. Okay.
I love breaking this man. Not in that way.
Okay. In our final episode of season 9, we're going to wind our way through the retro view of the original series, this time going to the third aired episode, which was the second pilot. So we're skipping an episode so we can do Where No Man Has Gone Before, decades after Shatner did it. Over 5 decades, coming up on 6 decades after Shatner did it.
Jesus.
The show's older than me, and I'm the old man here. Come on.
Bloody hell. I mean, yeah, that's not debatable. So we do have some little tidbits for you about this episode. It first aired over in the USA back on September 22nd, 1966. It came over to the UK on the 12th of July in 1969. So, we went to the moon and then got Star Trek over in the UK. That was a great month. All we had was the Queen and beans on toast.
Yeah, y'all.
The episode The episode was directed by James Goldstone and was written by Samuel A. Peoples. Yes, that is his name, Peoples. It was the second pilot because The Cage sucked. I mean, it did. It was also the first time in US TV history that a second pilot for an hour-long series had to be submitted to convince the network to air it. Because Lucille Ball.
Yes. The grandmother of Star Trek.
Yep.
Yeah, literally. She is responsible for making sure that Star Trek got to air. So was Gene fucking her? That's the question.
Also, having a fist fight on live on TV sold NBC the show, and probably also the now trademarked Kirk shirt tear.
Yeah, that will be coming.
Oh Lord. It is the third episode to air after The Man Trap and Charlie XCX.
I thought that was Charlie X. I don't think Charlie XCX had been written yet or birthed yet.
I don't even know. I have no idea how old she is.
She's not older than me.
Oh. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Come on, it's one of those people y'all kids listen to or some shit.
Oh, I don't listen to her. She's not my bag. Oh, she is okay. So she's only
Wait a minute,
Pat
Laura's
would
just
say
told us
minus by
33
8.
years, so yes, she's in my dateable range. The bottom end of it, but way
Oh
bottom.
god. um, most of the original series cast is here, except for DeForest Kelley and Nichelle Nichols, as well as Walter Koenig, who didn't show up until season 2.
Right, Con? Right?
Mhm. Right, Con? You know
You were
who?
season 1 villain, and you remembered him. We're not forgetting Star Trek 2's biggest mistake.
Oh yeah, no, we don't talk about that.
Exactly.
3 significant characters get killed as the red shirts haven't been written yet.
Yep.
we don't have the red shirts yet, so we can't be killing people. Well, we can't be just mindlessly killing. So, as we will later see, the change in both Gary Mitchell's eyes and Elizabeth's eyes was accomplished by sparkly contact lenses. They consisted of tinfoil, or as some people call it, aluminum foil.
Might have actually been
Sandwich-
tinfoil back then.
It could have been, to be fair, but it consisted of tinfoil sandwiched between 2 lenses that covered the entire eye. And as far as I can tell, those would be uncomfortable as hell. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, as part of the kind of beta canon, Gary Mitchell makes several appearances in books, including Margaret Wanda Bonanno's Bonanno? But no,
Yes. Bonanno. I
Bonanno's
don't know
Strangest
pronunciation.
from the Sky, as Patrick is showing here,
Books
and
older than cat.
and the short film 765874 Unification.
Yeah.
And well, the Galactic Barrier gets tied to Patrick's favorite book, Q Squared in the Q Continuum by
I'm-
Peter David.
I'm just bummed that I forgot to have this book handy the other week when we talked to Jessie because
That would have been
because she
great.
referenced the book in her video on season 3 because I'm almost through the almost 4 hours of that video.
Oof.
She's wonderful, but damn, those videos are long. So let's get into this. And since the shoulder's older than us, in some cases, an extra generation older than us, Cat, there's no need for a spoiler alert. And obviously, we're doing the remastered version because those 60s effects. Yeesh.
Ooh. So the remastered versions came out around 2006, 2007 ish, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Because TV magic.
It was cheap enough for them to remaster the original series, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, let's just change out the video. Then people might actually watch it rather than laughing at everything in space. They can still laugh at the rubber Gorn and shit, but oh well. Okay, so let's get into this. We open with a magnificent remastered Enterprise flying in with a magnificent remastered Starfield and our first recorded captain's log from one Captain James R. Kirk. More on that later. They've picked up a distress call from a ship that's been missing for over 200 years, which is 40 years from now and 3 years before first contact because Zephram Cochrane hadn't been written yet. Jim is pensive and playing with Spock at some good old 3D chess and discussing the situation. Cannon and Spock's makeup are both sloppy here because Spock's mom, Amanda, hasn't been written yet. Kelso calls from the bridge to say they've arrived. In the transporter room, Scotty is there to beam up the old style ship recorder, which looks like it's been through it. They start what we now call a download of the data, because back then it was tapes and shit. And the ship goes to alert. Why? Good question. We get our standard opening, which only shows up here because this also got added in the remaster. The alert klaxons are still going off as the crew walk up and down the hull. Kirk and Spock walk in turbolift, followed by Gary Mitchell, who darts in at the last moment. They banter about Kelso and Chess and make fun of Spock because, of course, they do. They walk onto the bridge. One side note is that we have yet to get the classic original series uniforms. Our three colors are baby shit yellow, since Shatner's wearing it. We're calling it baby shit. Boring beige, and best so far blue. The Enterprise is currently headed for the edge of the galaxy, but stops so they can discuss everything, including what happened to the USS Valiant. As the department heads arrive, Kirk moves the cute generic Jones Smith, whatever, yeoman out of the way, since she's not benefited. And of course, she's not benefiting from Grace Lee Whitney's addition to Toss yet, that leg lover's micro mini skirt. Seriously, Grace Lee Whitney is responsible for mini skirts that you have to shave to wear.
Seriously?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was her
God.
idea because she wanted to show off her legs because that was progressive. That was progressive feminism in the 60s.
Whereas nowadays, that's just classed as
Male
other-
gaze feeding. Yeah.
male gaze. No, Patrick is a male gaze.
Ooh. Okay. Kirk talks to his department heads, Scotty for engineering, Dr. Pepper, I mean Dr. Piper for life sciences, and also Dr. Elizabeth Daner, the shrink. Also, Sulu's there in a blue shirt for some reason.
Because Sulu's great. He's the best at what he does.
Well, but he's not flying the ship yet.
Oh no, he's not become the Erica Ortegas.
Okay. Spock's over getting data at his science station. Mitchell, of course, comes down and flirts with Daner when she comes down, gets shot down, and gets some 60 sexism in with Kelso because, yeah, back from the databanks. Back to the databanks. Apparently, the Valiant got swept out of the galaxy, came back, and then shit went crazy with conflicting orders and requests about ESP. Woo! They discussed this-
ESP? What,
Yeah.
you mean extra spicy peppers?
Basically, they discuss this
Oh,
shit
yeah.
like it's science. It is the 60s. Also, there were some dead crewmen, except one who seemed to get all the ESP talk, and then self-destruct.
Habum.
But fuck that. Let's get out of this galaxy. Unfortunately, that means the galactic barrier. Which why did they introduce this? Oh well. They fly into it. Spock yells everything for no reason. Seriously, you cut to one person, they talk. Another person, they talk. Spock. Here's what I'm saying, Captain.
Oh my god. 4.5 racist Vulcans.
Oh, that's where they got Pike's. Let's make Spock yell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm disgusted now. And of course, generic yeoman clinks on to Mitchell because women. Am I right? We get the remastered collision with the galactic barrier. The lights dim. Some okay effects. The bridge explodes into sparks in spots, but they have that's because the rocks haven't been written yet. They'll probably do better. They probably do better with the rocks flying out of everything. So Daner and Mitchell get freeze framed into negatives and then collapse. Spock jumps up and takes the helm because Sulu apparently doesn't fly the ship yet. They fly out, but after casual reports, Mitchell turns over and it's the strange energy eyes. So yeah, so we got a lot of things to start with here. I mean, yeah, the galactic barrier was always one of the dumbest things that we can think of because why would there be a barrier at the edge of the galaxy?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at that point, I guess, early 60s sci-fi, they didn't have as much of an understanding as we currently do about space. So they probably just thought, oh, the edge of space, yeah, there's just a barrier there to
Weird energy barrier, which
Yeah,
seems to be a ribbon, so you should be able to fly over or under. I will
Yeah.
say Discovery made good use of it in season, 4, when they had to go through the barrier to get to the extra galactic aliens who were hoovering up the galaxy inside in the middle of the galaxy.
Yep. But I mean,
it's doing the best they can with what they got.
yeah. Plus, I mean, it's it's early '60s sci-fi. This is the time when we had, Flash Gordon, early versions of Marvel characters.
And also, most of Star Trek hadn't been written yet.
Exactly. They don't have as much to build off of. Whereas nowadays, whoo, baby.
And obviously, the whole strange energy thing, we know that's coming up. They're bringing that up in Lower Decks because why not?
Yep. It's just a shame later things they did not use all of the sci-fi trickery,
Yeah.
Section 31.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. We'll just pretend that movie doesn't exist.
Oh, what like the second Star Trek movie? The second J.J. Abrams or the third one? Was it the third one you don't like?
There's two movies. There's Star Trek and Star Trek Beyond. Those are the only two movies. I know of no other movies. Certainly not the one
Oh.
where they cast Cumberbatch as Khan, who's not Khan. Okay, so let's talk about the strange energies. Ship's log. So the ship is all stranded now with only impulse, and as Kirk is really wondering hard what actually happened to the Valiant. At his console, Spock is looking at the view screen showing typewritten records with shit underlined in pen. The 60s, folks.
The wonders of technology.
Dana remarks that the dead all had the same spots in their brains completely fried. Dana's fine, though, because of her high Esper rating. And Mitchell, of course, has the highest on the ship because Vulcan telepathy hadn't been written yet.
What? Oh my god, they didn't have mind melding yet?
Nope. They discussed,
Travesty.
yeah, they discussed crazy Esper shit in the dispensary because sickbay hadn't been written yet. Mitchell's laying there and greets Kirk, and they banter about the whole eye thing. And of course, and also as Kirk's time as an instructor at the academy and Cadet Mitchell's tomfuckery of Kirk's love life, because Kirk hadn't been rewritten by Shatner yet to be cool. Apparently, Mitchell's reading and comprehending things is really fast and then getting faster, and then he throws a little God echo in his voice as Kirk leaves.
Well, yeah, the God Echo, not not the greatest of effects.
It works. It is the
However,
60s.
Fun little fact. Part of how how it worked out really well was in order for Gary Lockwood to be able to see out of the contact lenses as Gary Mitchell, he had to look down. So they were there, and the entire time he's just like,
Look at you.
yeah, exactly. Which, if he's trying to look directly at someone, he has to tilt his head back, and that kind of really helped him play into kind of the arrogance that he gained later in the episode, I should say, not
Yep.
later in the show.
When he gets all godlike and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So on the bridge, Spock is monitoring Mitchell, and yeah, Mitchell's looking freaky. Then Mitchell turns and looks at Kirk and Spock through the view screen because he can see them. Woo!
I can see you. I see you right there. I see you picking your nose whilst you're watching this. Stop picking your nose. Wash your hands. Grab a drink.
Back in the dispensary, the doctor declares Mitchell really, really fit. He leaves so Mitchell and Dana can flirt because it's the 60s. Or Dana could actually do her damn job. Mitchell actually apologizes for sexism.
Whoa, that's rare in the 60s.
Yep. Then starts messing with the biobeds, first making his readings do the conga, and then he thinks himself dead for a bit. He gets better. And of course, he's also able to remember things. So she quizzes him, picks a random page on a random book or tape, because The books are all on tape because it's the 60s. He, of course, quotes something really sexy because he's trying to get some. It is the 60s, after all. Kelso pops in and cock blocks Mitchell, who then asks about repairs and then tells Kelso about something he absolutely has to fix because apparently Mitchell read his mind. They discuss the part that Mitchell's in the conference room. They're discussing the part that Mitchell saw and what Mitchell is becoming. Dana defends him but apparently Mitchell is dicking with the controls from the dispensary. Dana defends him passionately like an emotional woman, while all the guys talk dispassionately about the power curve. Women, am I right?
Women.
Plant they also need to go to fix the ship or just kill him. I'd criticize Spock, but it is logical if you haven't really written the ideals of Starfleet yet, which it hasn't been written yet.
It's almost like as if they have no code of honor.
Don't.
Then you shall have no treaty, no vaccine, and no Lieutenant Yar!
Yes!
You bastards. I really hate you.
This is just an ongoing bit now. You do know this, right?
Luckily, this is the last episode of the season. Hopefully, we retire that when Lars isn't sitting behind the console anymore. Spoiler alert. But we're getting another dude back, and yes, his face is perfect for radio. So yeah, we've got a couple tensions here. Obviously, Mitchell is getting godlike powers because that's always a good thing to play with. Meanwhile, you've got Dana trying to defend this while everybody's trying to figure out what do we do about this guy. And strangely, the consensus is let's just kill this guy because kill him. Oh yeah, because Space: The Final Frontier that appears at the beginning of this episode hadn't been written yet because they added that in.
It seems like that's forgetting to write a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they had a prior series to go off of, or in the case of another series, Babylon 5, J. Miles Straczynski literally had a series Bible, which had all the facts about everything that was the world. Here, it's just Gene kind of pulling it out of his ass. It works.
Hey, it's not the only thing Gene was pulling out of his ass back then.
Yeah, it is Gene Roddenberry, and it is the 60s.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of experimentation with the homies.
Something about a thing. We're going to continue before I say what I'm thinking. Another captain's log. The remastered Enterprise arrives at the remastered Delta Vega. Kirk talks about Kelso trying to fix the ship and marooning Mitchell because Mitchell's a maroon. In sickbay, Mitchell TKs himself a little bit of water. Kirk, Dana, and Spock arrive, Spock is packing because it looks like he's here to cap Mitchell's ass. They discuss what Mitchell's reading. He then zaps Kirk with some lightning, and then starts monologuing just long enough for Kirk and Spock to beat the shit out of him. A few hypos later, they beam down to the planet. I don't know how he's standing while they're beaming. He's like, and they put him take him down and lock him up in the facility after they beam down to the planet with the giant matte painting facility.
Ooh.
No, it's not even the 60s. They were doing matte paintings in the 90s still. So on the bridge, Scotty gets shit working. Hold on. Nope, I skipped the line. Inside the facility, Kelso is working. Kirk asks him to rig up a kill switch to blow up everything. Then Kirk gets word Mitchell's waking up. They discuss Mitchell's power, and then Mitchell tries to force himself through the force field, which turns off the crazy eyes for just a moment. And then they
The
come back.
crazy eyes.
Yeah, the strange energy eyes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the galaxy eyes.
Scotty gets shit working because it's Scotty, and then he asks Kirk if the who's still down on the planet, if the phaser spot rifle that Spock requested made it down. The answer is given as Spock walks in carrying a prop that will never be seen again until Star Trek conventions and Star Trek Online, because the phaser rifle never makes another appearance.
Well, that's a bit goofy.
Yep.
We need more. We need more of the laser rifle.
Well, they get that when they get to the next generation. Spock, of course, logically indicates Daner is too emotional. Women, am I right?
How? You know what? No, you know what? Okay. Say anything because I am now playing into the stereotype of women are emotional. I'm
Emotional. I'm having fun.
I swear to God, you are lucky you are an O.
Wait.
You... Rachel, where's Rachel?
Okay, we've gone way too often. Let's see here. I gotta find. So Kirk tells Kelso to sit on the big boom button and hit it if he needs to. Meanwhile, everybody else pretty much backs except for Kirk, Spock, and Daner, who says she's going to stay because guess she found a man. Meanwhile, Mitchell reaches out and chokes Kelso with a cable while they're talking to him because, yeah. Kirk says Daner is coming along, and Mitchell starts sounding like a 2025 Republican before he turns off the force field, zaps Kirk and Spock, then takes Daner in to show that she too has the shiny eyes. Luckily,
No.
Spock, so Kirk can grab the phaser rifle and go after Mitchell and Daner, because of course. Meanwhile, Mitchell and Daner have wandered out onto another soundstage, and Mitchell miracles up an oasis as big as the props department could afford. However, Jim Kirk is on the hunt. Mitchell senses him, of course, and Kirk sneaking is basically pointless. Because Kirk apparently rolled a nat 1. Fake plastic trees. He then taunts Kirk from a distance and sends Daner to talk to him. Kirk tries to talk her into helping him, and we get the first recorded Shatner overacting.
Well, I mean,
in this series anyway. Followed by one.
Shatner always overacts. Let's be honest. He will either overact and jazz the pants off of a woman, or he will just overact for the sake of overacting. All I can say, and Lars, you can bleep me if you want. I don't care. Fuck William Shatner. Fuck everything he's ever done, and just fuck Shatner, dude. Actually, don't fuck him. We don't need any of his ill-gotten ilk or spawn in the world. Anyways.
Yeah, if you could have babies, don't have them with Shatner. Baby women, don't let your babies come out because you fuck Shatner.
Don't need babies. Don't need babies that cry when they go, ooh, ah.
Okay.
Ooh, ah.
So, and we get the remastered phaser shot that matches what they're actually doing on the screen. Mitchell, of course, force smacks the phaser rifle away, and then he makes a grave, complete with a gravestone that reads James R. Kirk, because Tiberius hadn't been written yet. He starts.
Oh my God.
Then, in an impressive show, he vaguely starts to move some of the styrofoam rocks up above. Then Mitchell does a Trump impression, and we get Shatner trying to show how big his dick is, while Mitchell ragdolls him and with Shatner levels of hamminess.
these powers I've got, I can be totally huge. I'm gonna put you in the grave, James Riberius Kirk.
Okay.
All the aliens, we do not like them. Just to clarify, that is not my personal opinion. That is my impression of Mitchell as Donald Jerkoff Trump.
This is enough for Dana to zap some of her strange energies out of Mitchell, so Cook could punch him for a while and tears his shirt. I know what I should have done, and I just thought of this right now. I should have had a shirt. I should have put another shirt on top of this that I could have torn.
You know what? If okay, here's the thing. If I had known we were going to be talking about the shirt tear, I'm glad I didn't for two reasons. Number one, I would have been ruining a really good shirt. Number two, I would have accidentally flashed the camera, and I don't need to be giving Patrick and Lars a free show.
So, of course, he has of course, Kirk gets the upper hand because it's Shatner, but he hesitates from crushing Mitchell with a rock just long enough for Mitchell to get back his strange energies. Throws them. They fall into the grave, but Kirk magically jumps out super fast, then grabs the phaser and phasers the styrofoam rock onto Mitchell. And then Daner dies unceremoniously. Guess that means with 3 crew members dead, Scotty can do his damn job and Sulu can be the pilot now. Just know I am the pilot, Sam.
Okay. Sulu.
Here's what happens. We get a beautifully remastered Enterprise breaking out of orbit. Kirk is back on the bridge giving commendations to dead Mitchell and dead Daner. Kirk and Spock banter, and then the ship flies off toward the remastered galaxy and into the end credits. So, what were you saying about Sulu?
Well, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Sulu is now an honorary Erica Ortegas because he is the pilot.
50 years before Ortegas was written yet.
Okay, but here's the thing. In terms of the timeline, Ortegas came before Sulu, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and Mayweather came before all of them.
Mayweather. Is that the one with Christopher Colombo?
Travis Mayweather. Did I mess something up?
I think I might have broken Lars. I think I've broken everyone. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes. Thank you, Smash Mouth.
I was gonna say the sharpest bulb in the smash bin, but oh well.
Yeah, and this is why my parents told me I'm not allowed to run with scissors.
Well, that's because he kept sticking them in your mouth and then stage diving into an empty room.
Hey, I gotta practice for it. I'm a big rock star.
Yeah, but it's when the pointy end comes out the wrong side. So this episode's a good episode. It had some action. It had some tension. It almost seemed like it kind of felt like a Star Trek episode. It was better than most of season 3 of Strange New Worlds.
Oh, definitely. I mean, hell, this episode was more diverse than the entire cast of season 3. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you might as well just call season 3 mayonnaise. It's that white.
So yeah, I think overall this is what we need for this was definitely a good beginning to Star Trek, enough to sell it to get 2 episodes slammed before it. So this is the 3rd episode. So everything doesn't look right because episodes 1 and 2, they've got most of the stuff in place, and then we get the pilot stuck as episode 3, so it looks weird.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, yeah, they were still trying to figure things out, so it kind of makes sense.
Yep. But yeah, they made it episode 3 to make it more confusing.
Yep.
But for continuity, it does not break anything really. So we can live with it.
Hell yeah.
Plus it's the 60s. that we got Star Trek at all was a miracle. So
I mean, hell, yeah, the 60s really was the beginning of an era.
yep. So here's a question, because this occurred to me. This
Mhm.
is the crew. This is a crew that's aboard this ship at the beginning of Star Trek. Although they would change it here and there, obviously these three characters had to have been there to be killed.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Daner, maybe not, but Gary Mitchell and Lee Kelso, it's indicated that they have a history with Jim Kirk.
Yep.
So this is the question. By the time we get to the end of Strange New Worlds, are we going to see Gary Mitchell and not the Mitchell that's on Strange New Worlds bridge, because she's a lot more Asian and a woman,
Yeah.
and Lee Kelso, who have to somehow horn in on what Scotty's doing in Strange New World Season 3, and Dr. Piper, who has to somehow get in there between Mbenga and McCoy. Because
Do you know what? No. Piper, well, Piper, I hardly know her.
okay,
Who knows what happens there? Kelso could be just like a temporary engineer who's there while Scotty is on leave. And Piper, I'm guessing, is like an interim between Mbenga and McCoy. Kind of difficult to wrap my head around, to be honest.
yeah, I would actually. Hold on. Repeat. Hold on, Lars. I did not hear what you said there. Dr. Boyce. Was that from The Cage? Okay, that occurred before Discovery. So
Yeah.
Boyce is gone. We don't care about him.
Yeah, we don't give a about Boyce.
Boyce?
E.
Yay, that was terrible. I think we need to stop before we hurt ourselves too much. So
We haven't hurt ourselves enough.
yep. So that's our review of The Shatner Has Landed. I mean, where no man has gone before. Did we get it right? Did we miss anything? Agree, disagree? Let us know.
And
So let's get some announcements before we get out of here. First of all,
yep.
your Kickstarter.
Two big announcements before we head off to the credits. Number one, Lars, can you roll the clip?
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm one of the hosts. I am running a project called Devil May Cry Abridged. We've got a Kickstarter. Hopefully it'll be linked below if Lars is chill with it. Look, if you can't support it, please share it. If you do support it, thank you. You're amazing. We have a trailer out on YouTube. Anyways, roll the clip.
Corps have long controlled our lives, taken lots, and now they're after our souls.
Wrong franchise, V.
Oh.
And okay, so there's like a couple weeks left on that as we record this.
Yep, there is currently about 2 weeks left on it as we are recording.
So about a week and a half by the time this drops.
Yeah, about a week and a half by the time it drops. Any help is appreciated, as it states in the clip. So thank you.
Not you might have to come back in the future. Second thing is going to be a 24-hour live stream.
Correct. So I will be doing a 24-hour horror game live stream over on the Red Shirt Geeks Twitch for Halloween. It will start at 8 p.m. GMT on Thursday, the 30th of October, and it will run through until 8 p.m. again GMT on Friday, the 31st of October. Expect to see games, the occasional pop in from either Lars or Patrick, and who knows, maybe I'll be in costume.
Yep. Ooh, hold on. I'm coming up with costume ideas, and all of them start with the word sexy. I don't know. But yeah, that's
living your dream.
It'll be 8 p.m. GMT. That'll be 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be noon Pacific time. So, yeah, there's gonna be.
That's why I decided to. That's why I decided to start it at that time, because then, there would be time for it to really ramp up a bit before anyone on the far west coast to be able to, tune in, see what's going on, all that jazz.
Yep. Cue the music. No, I'm not going to sing that one. Although I was listening to that one yesterday. Anyway, so thank you for joining us here on Treknicity, where we visit all the crazy cracks and crevices of the Star Trek multiverse. I'm your host, Patrick Murray. And with me, also anticipating when we get back to episodes with the micro mini skirts, is my co-host, Kat Drake. And
Hell
thanks
yeah.
always to Lars manning the boards in the back until next season, where he will be joining us as a host. I sincerely apologize to those of you who watch season 10, because Lars has the perfect face for radio. Be sure to like and to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Treknicity.coms. Visit all the socials listed here. Find us on your favorite podcast servers such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. And if it's not mentioned here, definitely Twitch, also at Red Shirt Geeks. If you have ideas for future episodes, please feel free to drop that in the comments. In this video, send us DMs. Join us on the Discord. We're there all the time. We might actually respond once in a while.
I know I will, because I'm chronically online.
There we go. And as always, rock out with your Spock out. See you next time.